For new visitors, YouTube is our number one source of traffic. People don't realize, unless they've been sort of hanging around the internet marketing industry, that they've got to realize that YouTube is the second biggest search engine.
And then taking that content, repurposing it, like we do a lot with TubeMogul. I've tested both TubeMogul versus Traffic Geyser. And for the stick rate, like we find, because the way TubeMogul's set up, they've got relationships with those sites. So they've given API, the back-end access to the sites. So it'll load it straight in there and you're getting stats back. It's really quite easy to target those videos and then post it after going after a particular keyword phrase. So when you do your Google video search, you can have 6, 7, 8 positions within that Google search for that phrase. So obviously some videos and some keyword phrases, people aren't going to be searching for videos based on those topics. So again, this comes back to that measure twice, cut once. Do your market research and make sure that you are using Market Samurai or some tool.
It takes 2 seconds. You type in the main phrase that you're targeting and add the word video.
Yeah.
And see what Market Samurai spits back at you. You know, what are people typing? Are they looking for videos? Is there any words and phrases that that have a relation? Is there any traffic to speak of? What I see people doing with these videos, and the reason we use video submission services, be it Traffic Geyser or TubeMogul, and I must do some more testing on TubeMogul because we tend to use Traffic Geyser. But what makes me cry is, of course, if they had done that work in market research, is they know what to call the video, and they know how to tag it properly for maximum effect. And and because videos are like any other piece of content, but yet people haven't treated them like any other piece of content. Any links that go back to that video are backlinks. And of course, now we start to stretch into the off-page factors of SEO, which is what it gets to be all about, I suppose. After you've launched your content, there's nothing more you can do in terms of on-page factors. That's it. You're done. Anything that you change has to happen over a long period of time. Then the focus switches to the off-page factors and getting backlinks. And, of course, backlinks to those videos are so powerful.
And no one's doing it.
Well. No, it's a classic. We've been experimenting with this for the last 6 months or so, and it is literally shooting fish in a barrel at the moment. Now, will this be this is an arbitrage situation. There's no question about it. But, hey, if you're listening to this, it's something that you need to look at because just, the average YouTube video, I think, would have less than 5 backlinks.
Yeah.
And it's easy and you go, just if you want to test this out, it's very simple. You just go type in any phrase into Google. You'll see the videos come up in the universal search. Usually they're like position 5 or 6, sometimes even higher. And just grab the URL of that and go to Yahoo and type colon, and then the URL, and have a look at how many backlinks there are. Or alternatively, if you want to be a super ninja and use Market Samurai makes it even easier for you. You can just go and analyze that site, and you'll see how many backlinks, and you'll see where they're coming from and, what PR they are and all those sorts of things. And, you can see, and those, as I say, the videos are just getting great traffic. They really are.
Yeah, there's a couple of things with the videos that we're finding. Well, firstly, it's important once you've done your keyword research, name the video your keyword. So it'll be, keyword.mov or whatever before you upload it to YouTube. We find that helps. And then using different services as far as like getting those backlinks. And yes, at the moment, there's this arbitrage opportunity. I think this opportunity will be like here for a long time, even when you drill down into niches like knitting or something like that. It's going to take so long before it filters through. It's still an easy opportunity in internet marketing. So that obviously will happen. Porn usually catches up first, not that they're putting porn on YouTube, but then internet marketing's, a few steps behind. Once that hits, it'll still take a long time before it filters down, and you can use things like AMA or Portal Feeder or anything like that where they allow you to post out using their blog network. A lot of them now are allowing you to embed the video, and we're finding that embedding the video is just as good as getting a link back to the video because it's
absolutely
a sign that it's a popular video.
Yeah, in some ways it's even, think about it from Google's perspective. If I was to put a weighting on a video, if somebody's deemed the video so good that they actually want it to be seen in their blog as opposed to just linking to it, again, physics. It's much more likely, that if they think it's so cool that they've embedded it in their blog, that to me would carry slightly more weight than just a pure link. So do I know that Google does that? No. Do I have any evidence of that? No. But it's amazing, Google at the end of the day has to pretty much work on common sense, because if they start not working on common sense, then, somebody else will eat their lunch.
Yeah, and that's when they'll get gamed. So again, back to that Ken Giddens thing, replicate what happens in nature and just think through logically. You talked about some of the on-page stuff, putting out excellent champagne content, both in video and article format, and then shifted into some of the off-page factors. Whether you've because I know the Valuing website's is quite new, whether you've done it on this one or perhaps drawing from another example, what are then the stages you go through for off-page?
Look, it's backlinks stupid.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It is all about backlinks. However, it's all about the quality of those backlinks. Anybody can generate, 1,000 backlinks off, social media sites. And that used to work in the good old days or whatever. But Google realizes that that's not real and kills it. And they make adjustments to their algorithm. So at the end of the day, backlinks are what's vital and the quality of where you get those backlinks from. And what's interesting, and regardless of, taking SEO advice from me, Dave, is pretty much like having Forrest Gump as your phone a friend in Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Don't undersell yourself, Ed.
But I look at common sense. And if CNN is linking to your little article, it's got to be interesting. It's got to be important. And that's what Google looks at it and they go, oh, okay. Whereas if, Ed Dale's site that has one article on it and hasn't been updated since, 2004 does one link to a site, it's not going to give, much weight to that at all. It's like in newspaper, the analogy I try to give is in using newspapers. If an article is published on the front page of the New York Times about you, a lot of people are going to see that. And it's going to be real, and it's probably more of national relevance. But if it's published, in the, Ovens and Murray Advertiser, which is the 400 circulation paper of my old hometown of Beechworth, it might have some relevance locally, and Google will show it locally, I might add. But is it going to have any impact on a national level? No, of course not. 400 people are going to see it. And that's the way Google works. It figures, wow, okay, if this big important site that we give authority to thinks that this content is worth linking to, we're going to check that out and we're going to rate that more highly than a site that has no authority, that has just been created or, is an unused blog or whatever it happens to be. And it's as basic and advanced as that. It's a bit like checkers, it's 2 minutes to learn, but a lifetime to master. And here's the thing though, Dave, the thing that frustrates the hell out of me, and maybe people just don't realize is this is all backtrackable. Thanks to the magnificence of Market Samurai, you can now go into any keyword and pull up, those front page sites. What people don't realize then is you can go into each of those sites and analyze exactly what level of authority, and when we refer to authority, of course, we're talking about PageRank, PR, people refer to it. It's a sort of a logarithmic scale from, 0 to 9. And the thing that people really need to realize is that, and this is, again, a fluffy number, it's not an exact number, but basically PR1, Google views a PR1 site to have 10 times the authority of a PR0. PR2 site has 10 times the authority of a PR1 and so on. So if you have a link from a PR5 site, that's worth, hundreds of links of a PR0 site because of the way Google thinks about authority. Given that that's the case, you can go into Market Samurai and you can actually just research exactly where your competitors are getting their links from. Exactly. Not guess. Research it exactly. And then, funnily enough, if it happens to be a blog or whatever it happens to be, why not send them an email and ask them to link to your blog or make a comment on their blog and link it back to you? This is, I think, what I see with people tend to use a sledgehammer to do their backlinking.